Should have played a rogue.
Yes. I said yeah.
Nah,
I say yes.
Oh.
But
I think we should just wait. Forever now. No game.
Neff's late for 5 minutes.
He's here.
Oh, are you in the call? I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's right here.
He's been here for a long amount of time.
At least 5 minutes.
That was my bad. Hi, Garrett.
He had a good stealth check.
Hi.
This guy.
Wow. I also forgot to level up.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah.
Have you leveled up, Neff?
No. Okay.
Yeah. Do I have to hit
Unless you've
wrench?
multi-classed, it's a feat level or ASI level.
Hello, can I please change my level? Foundry? How do I do that?
You need to go into the
funny thing.
features and then change it there.
Into the what?
You go to features, make sure that you press the little, edit button, and then you click the thing and change it from a 15 to a 16.
I'm at 14, actually.
Oh, well, from a 14 to a 16.
Well, technically it's 11 for Rogue. So...
Okay, whatever. You need to be
That's
level
fun.
16 altogether.
Yes. So level 13, Rogue.
Rouge level 13.
Yes. Alright, and then... do I need to put the things in? How much does it automatically do?
It will do your HP automatically. 13th level, you need to do your rogue archetype thing. So you're an assassin, aren't you?
Mm-hmm. Let me go to...
13th level, you...
Well, what's in 12 first?
You don't you just need to put something in, so basically you could copy someone's behavior, speech, handwriting, whatever.
Oh, good.
And you have advantage on deception checks.
I already have advantage on that, unless it did it automatically when I do that. Ah, that's my thumb. What are you doing?
You're very good at lying. Who knew? Oh, I need to fucking pick my wizard spell.
DM, I cast Rogwee's Cunning. My class ability is Rogwee.
Alright.
Would be
Okay.
amazing grounds for a rules
Does-
decision. I don't like how that word sounds.
Does Foundry automatically bump up ASI, or no? It did
You haven't got an
not.
ASI at this level.
I did for
'Cause you're not-
12. Oh,
Oh, okay.
wait. I should be level 13 Rogue.
Okay.
At 12 I do, and it did not prompt me.
It's because she's still level 14.
No?
Well, I mean, you were level 14 before, that's why I was explaining, because you've gone up 2 levels as opposed to 1, which is why you have the ASI. So no, it doesn't do it automatically. You need to either choose the ASI or take a feed.
It's 2 ASI, and then...
So you get to increase the stat by 2 points or 1, 2 stats by 1. or take a feat.
I can't increase above 20, right?
Nope.
Nope.
Okay.
How are we doing, Neff?
I'm good. My level
Let's
up was easy.
do this.
I just got a new
Easy
feat.
peasy.
Hello? Numlock, are you on?
I got Skulker.
Skulker.
Oh, great! Even worse.
Nice. Oh, it doesn't matter what I put up. Ugh. Let's just do you.
Can't
Okay.
Hunter or Rangers hide as a bonus action now?
I mean, a
Well,
wood
like
elf can do it
Bugbear.
already anyway, so.
Oh. Apparently the sound is live, but the starting soon screen is still up.
That's funny.
Okay.
Hi, internet. Yeah.
Yes.
Good thing we've been
Hi.
There we go. Oh no, it's all blacked out. The camera, it's not there. Oh, it's good. Wait, nope, it's not there. Wait. I know what I'm doing. Alright, now y'all speak.
Uh-huh.
Alright, there you go.
Crazy.
We hear Joe. Beautiful.
Hello.
Speak.
We hear everyone
Hello.
else. And now to make sure this button works, we'll play this one.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you join the call again. That's
We
my
know
bad.
how Kayla's feels about Zelfire now. It's all coming out.
I wait to ask you guys give me like 4 seconds of quiet. Okay, it is picking up the music audio, because sometimes it just stops doing that. I had to double check. Alrighty. Howdy everybody.
Stupid question.
Hit me with it.
You know the last week's stuff. Have we rested since then?
Yeah. Yeah, you can mark you guys off.
Further questions.
You can mark guys. For those who participated in our little excursion, feel free to mark your sheets as long rest. We're assuming this is picking up of the day. You guys have a little bit of downtime ahead of you. There's nothing forcing you guys to a particular goal at the moment. But as we pick things up on the Tales of Revedia, playing good old Dungeons and Dragons, we got everyone here. We got Kalis, we got Junga, we got Zelthar, we got Sparks, we got Terran, and Zentova. Who fucking knows?
She's gone.
Who fucking knows?
She gone.
But sort of recapping where we had our last full session, you could say, was the conclusion of you all's battle with Marisol, the freeing of Terran from the pact that bound her to him, and also, at the very end of it all, the realization that somewhere out there in the world lies your sister, Terran. And while you had no eyes on her, it seems that as you returned back to the material plane, someone or something, they had eyes on you. You guys have given it a few days to sort of rest and recover from the events that have just happened. Especially for those of you all who were not Terran. This has been a very busy amount of time, pretty much back-to-back moving non-stop. Whether it be getting the Fate Breaker, returning to the Shadowfell, all these things have been happening in a pretty compacted short of time. So, you all have a moment to rest. And throughout this time that you guys have been traveling, Dazan and Jay have been both hard at work, working on the Mantis to make sure that it is ready for whatever comes ahead, for what could possibly reside amongst the depths of the heart of Revedia. But with another day coming to rise, you all beginning to gather yourselves for it. We're just going to start you off with what the fuck are y'all doing?
I would have liked to have spent the last couple of days trying to get information out of Taryn about what her sister looks like. And, like, her mannerisms, you know. Just general information about family member.
Well, that's not at my discretion. Someone else has got to answer that.
I know.
Oh, hitting me right away with things I have to think about. She looks a lot like me, but a bit younger. That was well timed. She's a little bit shorter than I am. Guess her hair's a little bit lighter. Same eyes, though. Her father's eyes, I guess. You'd recognize her if you saw her. Well, you'd be able to tell she was my sister, anyway. As for her mannerisms, I don't know. It's been a long time since I've seen her. She's been somewhere else for a very long time. I don't know how that's changed her, so I'm not sure.
When I have received this information, I'm going to use my new magical item to cast Scry. Because I am intrigued.
Let me remind myself of the spell information for Scry and how exactly that works. You just want me to pull that up.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure I'm the one who's rolling a wisdom save. However, I know there are a bunch of different conditions attached to it.
Yeah, it would be secondhand information.
I don't suppose you happen to have anything of your sister's?
No.
No.
Not at this point.
Unfortunate. Question, with my new magical item, can I meta magic it or not?
I would say no meta magic. Because you're casting it through the hat, not casting it through yourself.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Sparks has a big Gandalf hat now.
What?
Oh, yeah.
Big old wizard hat.
A wizard's pointy hat.
Yeah. It's really big, you know.
Like
He'd
comically
probably,
big.
you know, like put a little holes in it for his ears to stick out of, but you know.
Yeah. I don't.
He has a really big wizard's hat now, which really doesn't go with the rest of his getup. But you know,
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have anything that would have been hers. Can you
Alrighty.
stop chewing on me?
What would her wisdom have been?
I don't know.
No, I'm thinking to myself.
Okay.
And
So
she
that
is.
one's not my purview.
So does she have proficiency in these? I don't think she does. Okay. Oh, damn. As you, yeah, by a significant margin. But as you begin to sort of form the shape of how Taryn described her sister, almost very similar to her, but you know you're reaching for another creature. Imagine as if like there is this almost like huge like Guess Who board in front of you, as you see the faces of countless people, some you've met, some totally alien to you, sort of flipping till you get more and more close to that description. And as you begin to get closer and closer, you can see what seems to be someone who looks just like Taryn. Right as you go to grasp it, the image fades away. Scrying does not, the scry does not take effect.
unfortunate. Okay, I want to do something else, but I'm gonna send it to you, all secret like, and you know, let somebody else say something.
Oh no, I'm scared when he has secrets.
Well, Sharon would have had questions for Sparks,
Okay, well,
but I can wait.
anyone else want to do anything?
It seems like you two are having a moment.
How many days is it? Rolling?
As many as you guys want to. I'm giving it like at least like probably like 3 days or so to settle down, take care of business in town. Do you guys want to spend longer here or get going immediately? That's at your discretion.
Yeah, well, at least for this first day, I want to know what's in the heart of me.
It has been on our list for a while.
That was
Well,
close.
You won't find out today.
That was close. That was a 19.
Mm.
Quick, guys, we gotta go before Ethan gets spoilers. No spoilers.
Spoiler alert. Oh my god.
And question for you. Just for the sake, because I know you're gonna roll 2 more of these over the course of the next 2 days. And if you want to get those out of the way ahead of time, you're more than welcome to. Where does Youngum cast Divine Intervention? Is she like sitting in her room? Does she like go out to like the garden area, towards the front yard, like a park or something? Like
Probably in her room.
okay. And if you want to roll for the next 2 days, you're welcome to do so now. We can get it out the way.
Oh shit!
Oh fuck! Wait, what? So we're gonna come back to this.
I'm gonna roll again just for fun to see if I can do it again. Okay.
That is an incredible quick sketch, by the way. That is so sick.
Seriously.
Yeah.
I don't know why you rolled again. Now that you use this, you can't do this again for 7 days.
Oh,
You
right.
succeeded.
How about that?
Why? Why now?
Wait 7 more days.
Okay. You're in your room, chicken. And tell me exactly what you're asking for when you use this divine intervention. And that monkey's pawing you. I want to know I just want to know exactly what you're saying.
Well, I know, like, I have a general idea that what's going on there from last time I did Divine Intervention about this subject. I want to know what perils or what should I expect when I first get there.
Those are two set. Well, I'll give them both to you. That's fine. So, Jungun, as you are sitting in your room, and you like praying when you do this? You have like your little like altar in your room? Are you just like sort of like on your bed, like what if I like?
In the air, going back and forth.
As much as you can, tell me like I wanted. This is a very like very important ability. How does Jungun channel this?
I'm assuming like she probably has a small altar too far, which like it consists of like candles and her shield and some incense.
Okay. So.
And a small tree too, because trees.
As you begin to sort of focus on this, clasping your hands and sending a prayer out into the ether, waiting for an answer, so often you have come up with absolutely nothing. And you know that it's nothing against you, because after all, there is, as far as you're aware, no more devoted clerics in the land to, was it Osiris? That was his new name? Yeah. And as you're sitting in your room, it becomes humid all of a sudden. You can see droplets of water beginning to make their way down the shield at this altar you have set up. And the droplets become even larger as within a flash of time, it's almost like as this entire room has been flooded with water. And you don't feel panic from this. There's almost this reassuring presence. You can breathe perfectly fine in here. But as this begins to fill the space, you see the water beginning to form around you. The only light in the room given off by the shield with the glowing symbol afar on it. And the first thing it shows you is this feeling as you can see movement in the water as it begins to twist faster and faster into this massive whirlpool that spans the entirety of the room. You, like almost like you're in the center of this place, in this safe haven amidst this raging storm. You see flying past you, on one hand, what seems to be a beautiful, gleaming city. You see people walking amongst it as well, but people that don't quite look like you, but people you have seen before. Long, long ago, back when you were in the mind of Aryan Veld, these seem to be almost the exact same types of people. These have faces, they have limbs, it seems to be these full-bodied expression folk going about their daily lives. The current continues to swim even further. You begin to see what are almost like these smaller, like outposts. These rocks floating throughout this swirling mass of water, containing their own little bubbles of air with these small buildings all about it. And peoples unlike any you have ever seen. With these very sort of fish-like features. You see one just looks like to be an anthropomorphic hammerhead shark. And it's showing you a lot of different, like, these seems to be denizens of this whirlpool, people who live here. You see another thing. This looking like a shipwreck, except hundreds of them all mashed into one space. This huge ball, this amalgam of wood, of metal, all brought together into this one thing. And at the top of it all, you see this figure who, while his face does seem covered, unable to identify who it is, the water around him reeks of undeath. And as it begins to pull itself further, you're going to see many of these very strange buildings. But as the swirl starts to get smaller and smaller around you, you can see that it is encased in something. Almost as if you're zooming out on a picture. And what lies ahead of you is a almost like hole in this whirlpool, one that one would be able to enter through. And you see words form around it. Yes, it's a divine intervention. This feels fair. It says, "Be warned, the foolish and the brave. Death awaits the mightiest of you, and fate's much worse for those weak in body and spirit. If you seek peace, turn away. If you search for death's delay, these edicts shall guide you. In darkness lies safety. Life shall flow with the currents. Do not wake what slumbers, and neither magic nor might shall be your escape." And as those words begin to fill your mind, the room slowly drains. You find yourself sitting once again in front of the altar of Osiris, as if nothing had happened.
I'm gonna kind of go back and like, thank you, Osiris. I appreciate the message. That's
And not. This is a god that's not much of a talker. Loves his cryptic messages and symbols. And just outside of your window, sort of like caught in your peripheral, you see one of the branches on one of the trees in the way of it wither away and then grow anew.
it's a sign. New beginnings. Just for I was saying, I know we'll probably tell everyone this as we're on the boat going to, the heart.
Sparks. Real quick. In your head, you hear the words "noted." Oh my god. I'm sorry, Ethan. What was the last sentence you just said? I saw the picture and got distracted.
I said that I'll share the information to all my peers as we're on the ship going to the heart of Revedia.
Okay, so you're gonna keep you're just holding the back pocket for now.
Yeah, story time later.
Yeah, I gotcha. Meanwhile, Kalis, Zelthar, is there anything you guys have been doing in the meantime? Now that you have some time to kill?
So, DM, when we go down in water, there's pressure, just like
Yes.
real life. And when we go down in water, we resist the pressure through magical effects. Otherwise, we would be tin cans.
More or less.
So, if we have like a hat of water breathing or something, and the hat gets knocked off, do we instantly get crushed and die with no chance of resurrection?
I was so the cap of water breathings aren't literal. Imagine them more like little like helmets that you put over your head, like around your neck, and they kind of like pop up like an astronaut top, like the astronaut bubble. So getting it knocked off,
like a ski mask, but with like a face.
kind of like someone would have to like physically like try and force it off you. It couldn't really be like just knocked off. If that's the concern Kalos has.
But like, if that happens, that's it, right? Like, the character's very dead forever.
I will say, it will be an unfortunate circumstance that you will have to resolve quickly.
I just got antlers, so it's kind of like it's an awkward fit. So I'm just a little worried, just a little bit. It's because, like, I don't know what we're using. Does everyone have a water breathing item?
I don't have any items other than my
And you know that caps of water breathing are relatively like cheap magical items to get. And the last time you were on Jay's ship, he had lots of them. For exactly that. And potions of water breathing as well.
I imagine that I have to forward this too. Oh my god. I imagine that like Kayla could have one like Jane's hat, like from Firefly, where like it ties underneath.
If you want, you could get like one with like a minor curse on it that can't be, so it can't be removed.
Just voluntarily curse yourself.
That's viable.
Yeah, what are those called? The little, South Park ski beanies.
I don't need it though. Like, I've got holes in it for my ears to pop out. Like, my ears keep it on.
What are we looking
No.
for?
But so Kalis' main concern as he heads down is getting crushed to death because his hat falls off. I just want to make okay.
It's magic. It'll go over your antlers. It'll like make holes for your
Antlers
antlers.
will just pop through.
Make me a perception check, Kalis, for my own curiosity.
Perception check.
Yeah.
20.
So, late one night, as everyone, amidst their own business, Jay and Azan have still been relatively hard at work, trying to like make sure that everything is perfect. This isn't an instance where there's like room for mistakes to be had, and you just kind of hear a conversation about them having a conversation about almost exactly this, and you just see like Azan just talking to Jay's like, so for the caps. They stay on their head no matter what, right? And Jay's just like, well, I mean, more or less, they should. I mean, some of them have big heads, larger heads. But like, I've been doing this for a long time. I've never had a cap fall off. I don't even know if that's a thing. And Zahn just sitting there like, okay, I just want to be clear because it sounds like a bad way to go. If we're doing the math right, then it's kind of like they go from being a person to paper very quickly. And people are meant to be paper. And I don't know if you looked at some of our friends, but Kalis, he would be a big shade of paper. So it's like, and you just hear Jay, everything is we already have all the materials necessary. Worst case scenario, if we're worried about it before any particular excursions outside the ship, we have potions available, and then we also have our own emergency exits that's part of the ship. Don't worry, and don't worry your mind about it, Zahn. He's just sitting there like, alright, if you insist. I believe it. I've seen it. I helped you put it in there. But I just get worried.
Kalis is like at the doorway, behind him is just shadow, and he's just like, but they won't fall off, right?
Oh, Kalis!
They won't fall off, right?
And Jay's just looking at you. They're not going to fall off.
His antlers are like 2 feet tall, like the elephant in the room.
He's gonna look at you, just like, do you want me to prove it to you? We can test it if it makes you feel any better.
That would make me feel a lot better, hopefully.
Alrighty. So sort of like you, Jay, and Zahn sort of like leave like the household going to like a local pond, like in like one of the park areas. And he's gonna sort of like hand you the cap to put it on. It's like, alright, get in.
All right.
And-
I immerse myself.
And as you do so, you feel like this sort of like space of air begin to mold around your head. Very weird, because you almost have like, it's almost like being like a fisheye lens as like the water like refracts like with that air. And you see Jay dive down in, and he's just like grabbing and like pulling at like the actual like pockets of air, and it's pockets of air. It's not going anywhere. It's like reaching. He's like, and then he reaches for like the cap itself, and he's like shakes it on your head a little bit, then gives it like a pat. See, it's secure. If you want to, you can try too. As he puts one on his head.
I grab the hat on Jay's head and I yank it off.
Make me a strength check.
rage for it. That's a 27.
You're raging?
Yep.
So, I will say with a 27, that is actually, you are just barely above what you would have needed if you wanted to actually successful. You watch as you grab at it and you yank. It almost feels like this entire thing is glued to his skull as you start dragging him through the water, more so than pulling the hat. He's just like, Kalis, it's not working, it's not working. And then,
Kalis looks at the hat.
okay,
Looks at it in the water. It's just sort of like
it's just
the
still
water's
like,
sort of pressing the hat a little bit, and because the weight of the water, even in the small pond, is like the hat.
and he is like,
Okay.
as he just swims back up to the top. He's going to come back down, snatching his hat back.
There you go.
Because you are the exception, not the rule. You are freakishly long in ways that shouldn't be possible.
But could we have could we wear helmets over the hats? Could we have hat armor?
Do you want the helmet too?
Yes, that would make me feel a lot better.
We can get you a helmet. How about this? And would you like a chin strap?
Yes.
We can
very
get
much so.
we can get a strong one made, not even leather. Something. We have a few days. Let this on and I work on it. We'll get you a chin strap for your cap. In fact, we'll get everyone chin straps. Sure.
Oh my god! Thank you. Oh no,
Yes, Shogun, you could do that.
we're getting headwear. Okay. I don't. If anyone else wants to do something, I don't mean to filibuster with this nonsense.
It's good. It's good. It's good.
I'm kind of curious. Does anyone else have a different underwater breathing item?
Zero.
It is an attunement item, but Jungum now has a Cloak of the Manta Ray. And Jungum, that would be about... It's actually a fairly straightforward item, so it'll only be 400 gold pieces.
Oh, I have a cape with manta ray too. Actually,
Vaguely remember us having cap of water breathings from our last underwater escapade, but
Yeah, because I know Kayla still has his.
I do.
I
I have a cape
believe...
with the manta ray.
yeah.
I don't think it's Zelthar. Zelthar doesn't have a cap, but that's easy to fix. And I will say the Cape of the Manta Ray is just objectively better. However, it does take up an attunement slot.
It didn't say that on the page.
Um,
I'm looking at the wrong thing.
the Cloak of the Manta Ray does require attunement. I'm looking at it right now. Oh no. The 20. You know what? I'll be generous. The DMG 14 version does not require attunement, but the current version does. But this one is an action to actually use the effect of it, pulling the hood up or down.
Well, yeah. I mean, if we're dead set on going, because you know how much Sparks does in underwater, he'd probably get a Cloak of the Manta Ray over a cap of water breathing.
Okay. Perfectly doable.
But,
Can you do me a
I'd much
favor?
rather find a spell that repels water permanently.
That would require you to invent one.
Become hydrophobic.
I feel like he's already there.
It's true.
Get rabies. Rabies makes people hydrophobic.
I feel like that would not be a great thing to get rabies underwater. I feel like that would be like instant horror game situation.
There's something to write down here.
Well, I mean, to be
Later.
honest, he'd probably
suck,
be
dude.
frothing
No,
his mouth
no.
anyway, so,
Don't do that.
so
Write
it
that
probably
down.
wouldn't make that much odds. But yeah, Elijah, did you see what I sent you?
Yeah, no, and the response was just the word noted.
Oh, shame. I was hoping for a bit more.
So the cape of the manta ray is just an action to use right now, not attunement, right?
Yeah, action to pull the hood up. I can add those to your character
How
sheets.
much is
Uh,
one of them?
Please and thank you.
One is 400. It's gold pieces.
Gold.
400
Yeah.
platinum. Fuck all y'all. No.
Okay, one more question. Jay, just, imagine we're in that scene. I'm in the pond. I put on the ring of water walking that I have.
You're going to start rising to the top.
Like at a normal speed or like that?
At like a normal speed. You don't get sitting there like when you like put like a full bottle of air in water and it goes. No.
Okay. So this wouldn't kill me if I wore it. Right?
I mean, it sort of comes back to the surface. I don't think it really.
Right?
Why would they kill you?
I just, you know, you guys, you're the engineering guy, Dazan's the magic guy. I'm just like, you guys are my guys. And aside from Sparks, I kind of wanted your insight on this. Just to double check with the magic, because I'm not really a theory guy.
As long as you're not using the ring, you're fine. It's not like it's just going to make you go up.
Okay. And scene.
But
You have to worry about depressurization.
That's kind of what I was wondering about. But if it's just gradual, it doesn't seem like.
alrighty.
Alright.
In Jung-un, we'll add the cloak to your character sheet. And Taryn, were you saying you had questions for Sparks too?
I can ask those when we go on the ship doing the travel. We don't have to do it right now. It's fine.
Okay. But with that,
We could, but we could.
and
Okay.
Don't worry, I'll get there.
let me think. And I need an image. Don't like this one.
Is it an image of a dear man smoking a cigarette with a cap of water breathing on with a helmet over top of it? Because we have that.
It was not that, if I'm gonna be honest with you.
Advisor got
But we have it.
skis. God, that is quite literally putting a hat on a hat.
Gotta be careful when you know artists, because you gotta careful what you ask for. You might get it.
I'm really not trying to bait.
Alright, Taryn. I'm gonna send you an image. I just need a yes or a no. You know, you're gonna know what it is. Okay.
Yes.
So, as you guys are sort of spending these last few days, it's almost this like sort of strange sense of relaxation, because when you spend so much time moving, you kind of forget how not to. But taking these moments for yourself regardless, the final preparations being made on that third day before you guys are getting ready to set off, just knock on the door.
Can I answer it?
Who is it?
Okay.
Hello.
And the person you see come to the door. 1 second. I'm putting an image into the foundry so y'all can see. There we go.
Chill music.
Image of country? Did I miss it?
This is the woman you see at the door, Jagun. Very sort of curtly, she just sort of looks at you. And not like, first of all, not expecting you to be so fucking huge. You watch as like, she sort of like looks where when she's at the door open, she looks where a normal person's face would be, and then looks up. He goes, is it correct assuming that Taryn lives here?
Yes, Terran's here. Hello, I'm Jungam. Nice to meet you. I shake her hand. Or try to.
You're enthusiastic. As you sort of shake her hand, is she here right now?
I think so. You want to come in? We have a waiting room.
If
Come.
she's busy, I'd rather wait at the door for now.
She's not busy. She's just sort of a late sleeper.
She sort of looks over at you, and I will say, Kalis, most people when they see you for the first time,
out of nowhere.
there is like a look of like, huh, okay. She does not. This person does not seem like you don't look. She doesn't act like you're unfamiliar when you see her, or when she sees you, I should say. Just listen. I prefer to wait here for now.
Okay. Would you like to have a seat?
I'll be fine, thank you. I said, if Taryn's busy, I'll make my way back another time.
Well, now would be the best time because we're about to go on a venture. And we're not sure when we'll be back. If at all.
Of course. Checks out. Oh.
Let me go get her. And I go get Taryn.
Sparks, for the last time, I'm fine. You don't need to keep asking me. I'm fine. I was fine yesterday. I'm fine today. I promise.
You've gone for ages, so I just thought I'd stay close in case you need, emotional
don't-
support and stuff like that.
Need to wait outside the bathroom for me, though. I swear I'm fine in it.
Karen!
That is the most cat accurate behavior, though.
Taryn!
Oh my god. Yes, Dragon.
Hi, you have a visitor at the door. She seems very nice.
I have a visitor? Okay. I will go down and see who it is.
Sparks will closely follow Tara. Just
Ah,
like he
you
has
will
been
follow
for the past
Taryn.
couple of days.
Is the
As
door still open?
oh,
or-
I'm assuming that Jungam just left the door wide open because that seemed accurate.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, so.
But the moment you step down the stairs, turning to face the front door, you see Lauren standing in front of you, but there's this very strange feeling. Because for the longest time in your life, Lauren had been your little sister. She had been this girl. And what is standing in front of you is not a child. This is someone who has aged. Time has passed. And you look at the features, you recognize that this could only be her. But you can immediately tell that this is not the Lauren that was left behind.
I stop like mid-step down the stairs and just freeze.
I'd probably walk into the back of you.
Yes. I don't think you're big enough to push me if I'm like
No,
gripping the stairs
there's no
with a death
impact.
grip.
It's just you hear a soft,
Just a,
thud.
Oh,
So are we just gonna stare at each other from across the room?
I am going to give Taran a shove in that general direction. Or attempt to, anyway.
I'm gonna make some tea.
Sugar goes away. No, I guess we won't. With Sparks' shove somewhat prompting her, but also Lauren's call out, she will slowly make her way down the stairs, the rest of the way down the stairs.
And as you make your way down, stepping towards the front area, Taryn, can you make me an insight check?
I can.
And at this, I'll give you
I like
advantage.
making notes. Okay. Would I have advantage? I don't even know her anymore. Insight. Do I just roll twice, or is there a toggle for advantage?
When you click on it, it should pop up.
Okay, I
That's
wasn't
an
sure. I
option.
know that. Okay.
Oof.
Ugh.
Wow,
I'm
you
a-
needed
I'm
your
a
reliable
little-
talent for that.
I'm a little stunned.
You know what? That's fair. You're not sure what exactly to expect from Lauren. I know the first instinct you had before was probably that she fucking hated you. Seemed like it was what the impression you were under before. But at least like looking at her face, you don't see like hatred hiding behind her eyes. She almost seems scared. Like of this situation.
Probably sees the same thing reflected in Taryn's eyes, too.
So, been a while, eh?
How... Why are you here?
I don't know.
You don't have to.
There are so many places I haven't been able to go. Now that I can, I think I should be everywhere I can be. And I guess this includes those places. Taryn,
I'm going to.
oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, I'm just going to whisper behind Taryn, and say, I invited her.
What? She doesn't say it that loud. She's like, you what?
I thought it would be good. I'm going to wave to Lauren and then use my stealth to just fade away. Back up the stairs.
Uh-huh. And
Taryn will turn back to look at Lauren and go, you really... He means well, but you don't have to do this if you don't want to.
it's weird seeing you with friends. It's a good look on you.
Yeah.
I came because I just needed to say it. I don't hate you. But this isn't me saying that I can simply live with everything that happens. To be honest, I haven't even been able to comprehend everything that could have been lost in that time, but I spent so long watching you. Marisol always made sure that I was watching, even in the moments where I thought it would be your end, because nothing made him happier. And all the time, I knew why you did it.
I shouldn't have. Lauren, I should have never done that. I'm sorry. I know that doesn't change anything, or really even probably mean anything at this point. But I really fucked things up.
And I can't disagree with you, but it's the life we have to live now. I have a lot I need to still figure out, but one thing that I think, and one of the pieces I have been able to put together is that I still do need my sister. All these years, and it seems like that's yet to change. Maybe once you've taken care of whatever's all going on here, you're living your whole life, and I don't want to push myself into that. But It would be nice to be a part of things again. All right.
Yes.
I tried to go see where the farm was, and I don't think I'm ready for that quite yet. But
I'm not even ready for that, and I haven't even been through what you have. I don't want to push you away. I don't want you to feel like you have to have me in your life. You deserve to live yours, any way that you want, wherever you want, with whomever you want. If there's anything that I can do to help you get that, then I want to. But I understand if you decide that this was enough. I don't... My choices were my own. And even if I had my reasons, even if I felt like I had no other choice, I still shouldn't have done it. I know just a little bit of what Marisol must have made you endure to watch. I watched my friends, as you called them, I guess they are at this point. I watched them try to come and save me, which I think is still really dumb of them to do, and I'm really glad that they did it. And I'm really sorry I didn't do that for you.
I know that if he knew this would have been how things turned out, he wouldn't have made the choice. But at the end of the day, Taryn, we were children. That's the circumstances in which we made our choices. And while I have so many emotions in me, which I don't know where to put, I can't hate a child.
I was still supposed to take care of you. That's not an excuse. I was old
No,
enough to
Taryn,
know
you shouldn't have. I love you, but that was never your responsibility. It should have never been.
Well, it was made pretty clear that it was my responsibility, so...
I understand how you feel. And I'm not here to lecture you about it. But I feel like I need to stop here and just, for once in a long time, just say that I love you. And I wish you the best, and if you ever need help, I've learned a few tricks, and I might be able to return the favors for what you were trying to do. I don't want to overstay my welcome, of course. As I said, it seems like
Wait.
you are. I'm not leaving at this moment. I just...
Yes.
Go ahead.
I just, I wanna, just hang on one second, and don't go anywhere. Not yet. I know you said you weren't gonna leaving, but just wait. And she's gonna quickly, like, turn around and, like, with her imagine the layout of the house is that, like, the behind the stairs is, like, the kitchen area and dining room or whatever, that kind of thing. She's gonna go, like, call for a Dazan.
Mm-hmm. And as Taryn steps away, Sparks, are you still over there, or did you you slipped away, right?
I mean, I was messaging Ethan that I had slipped into the kitchen and was basically like eavesdropping / staring around a wall, drinking tea, and going, yes.
I I've just been
family
sitting
bonding
at
moments.
the table this
but,
whole time. Just kind of like,
But definitely the moment that Taryn, like, even remotely steps away, I kind of want to step into view and, like, wave and say, hey, I was the one that was sending messages.
Make me an Arcana check as you have a chance, like, sort of get her in full view.
Okay, I'll use my Tides of Chaos to roll with advantage, because why not?
23.
Okay, 3.
As you take a look at Lauren, she's standing there, not fully aware of what your whole situation is. As far as she's concerned, just kind of like a cat guy. But in her, like, you see something strangely, like, familiar. Similar to the boon you received from Mistra. In a smaller scale, you could say, but with no divine qualities to it. There's something very strange about Lauren magically. Doesn't seem to be inherently, like, dangerous or scary. Like not to put it in, like, that way. But she has, like, this almost, like, very foreign aura to her. And you've come across many wizards and sorcerers and the like.
Basically, I kind of want to, like, just say, hey, I know we're not exactly the same, but I have been in a similar situation to you with your magical stuff. And, if you ever need help or to, talk about it, I help you out.
And sort of,
I'll do anything for my bestie, Taryn.
you see something so incredibly familiar. She is so uncomfortable with the idea of you being nice to her.
Yeah, I know. I see Taryn all the time, so this is like, this is fine.
She goes, oh, that's... thank you. I'll make sure to reach out if I have any questions. Yeah, awesome, thank you. And Taryn comes back around the corner with this on. Just like, what's going on here? What's
No,
up?
I was just gonna go and talk to him. I wasn't gonna bring him.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So you run over to Dazan. He's sort of there in the back. He's just kind of chilling. He's like drawing like a little notepad. Unaware of this entire situation.
Dazan. Dazan, I guess I haven't been in the house for a really long time, except the last couple of days. Do you know if we have any extra sending stones? Can you make one or two really quick?
Okay, it's not really. I can't just make a sending stone. Do we have sending stones? Yes. And he sort of like looks around.
Yeah.
It's like, do you need like a house sending stone, the one that goes right here, or one for you?
One for me. It's for somebody else, so I need a pair.
Do I have? Shit. Do we have the ones that go for Terran? And he's like sort of like just rummaging through like a junk drawer full of like a bunch of different like random magical shit that you guys have had and never touched again.
Are you sure you want to buy your sister a phone? That's a big gift.
She goes,
God.
Is this, what did you mean?
It's not canon.
I'm sorry.
It's not canon.
What was that, Dazan?
And he goes, are these good? And he just hands out like two stones. You see the sort of earmarks on them.
Do they talk to one another?
And he goes, hello. Yes.
That works, yes. And she's going to like just take them from him before he can even like say anything else, just like, or like even like offer them to her. She's just gonna grab them from him and like kind of scurry back.
And
Slowing down to a walk before she comes into view.
She's just like run away. You just hear him honestly. Never a quiet day.
He doesn't even know. It's so funny. He has no idea what she wants them for. He's just like, oh, Darren just wants 2 stones, whatever.
Yeah, man. He's learned long ago that Taryn is not going to answer a question if you start prying into what she needs things for. But as you run back, you see Lauren looking almost like a little like slightly flush. Like as she's talking to Sparks. He goes, you're back. Is something the matter?
No. But I wanted to give you this, and she's gonna hold out one of the stones.
What's this?
It's a sending stone. I've got the other one, so if you ever need anything or want to get in touch, you can do it through this.
Should I mail it to you? What does that mean?
No, just there's a spell in it, and you can
Oh.
send a short message.
I
and
thought
then
it
get
was. I thought when you said sending stone, I thought I had to send it somewhere. Okay.
So you send the message.
I've never
through
seen
stone.
things like this before.
You know that
Interesting.
thing that I said, I said to you, earlier when I sent you a message. You get 25 words back.
Interesting. I'm still getting a hang on magic. It's confusing parts. I haven't learned that one yet, but I'll be using this.
Even people who don't have magic can use stuff like this, which is why I can use it. So, but it'll only come to me. You can't send a message to any other thing. It's just this one.
Who else do we need to talk to?
Anybody
Perfect.
else? I don't know.
Sparks will,
Um,
raise his hand slightly.
Well,
I
you
guess
can already do
talk
it.
to him.
I'll figure out the spell. I've done that with most of them so far.
So I don't know where you're headed next. And you don't need to let me know, of course. We're probably going to be going to the heart of Revedia and seeing what's there. I don't know how long we're going to be there, or if we're going to be going anywhere else next after that. I really don't know, but if you do go back to the farm, let me know. Maybe we can go together.
That'd be a good idea. And if it helps you to know, Taryn, I didn't go, but they're doing well.
That's good. I haven't had the heart to check up on them.
Since I've come back, I try to keep eyes on them. I worry because they're getting older, but they're still managing things.
That's good.
That kind of awkwardly, I need to leave, but I don't want to yet.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hug you first, and then I'm going to go.
Okay.
Is that a thing we're doing?
We can do that. Yeah.
And very quick embrace, and then she tries to oh, okay, and it's sorry, nice to meet you, everybody.
Yeah.
And just goes down the street.
One last thing before she goes, just because she said that she doesn't actually know a lot of magic right now, Sparks would basically say, if you want to learn and you're looking for a very patient teacher that will, I happen to know one that lives in Evermore, and he will basically point her in the direction of his old master Lara.
Interesting. Good to know. Thank you. Okay.
And we'll walk in after she leaves with some tea and you guys ready for tea now?
Well, before she goes fully, when she turns around and exits the threshold, I would like to turn a different color and use detect magic and get a vibe.
Detect let me think about this.
I mean, maybe she doesn't do anything. I don't know. I'm just curious if there's anything.
She's not under any particular spell effects or anything like that. Let me double check. I mean, you glow brightly as you detect her within that area, but you don't detect any specific schools of magic.
Okay, so just a magical.
Yeah.
She seems very a magical creature, right?
Yeah, in a sense, yes.
Okay.
So as Juggen comes around the corner with tea, you guys want tea? How did it go? Taryn's just gonna go, you didn't offer my sister tea while she was still here? What's wrong with you?
But I thought you'll be here longer.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
She's looking at the door. She's I bet I can catch her.
No, don't. It's already awkward enough as it is.
Exactly. So, any more awkwardness won't really matter.
No, we're not going to drag her back here. She can come and go as she pleases. I don't... Thanks. Thanks, Marcus. Really. I kind of want to be mad at you, but I'm really not. So, thanks for reaching out to her.
You're welcome. I also told her that you were a bit scared to meet her as well, because you got very angry the other day, and that was, obvious. So,
Thanks, Sparks.
you're welcome. I'll give her the thumbs up.
I'll have some tea now.
Yay! Do you want tea, Kalis?
Oh, no. Oats. Been eating my bowl of oatmeal.
Now, where's Zelthar? He needs a hug.
You're being very affectionate today, Sparks. Are
Yeah.
you feeling
Do we
okay?
need hugs? Does everyone need
Everyone needs hugs, but I
Oh,
haven't seen
dear.
Zelthar for a while. He's been lurking.
Skulking, you could say.
Okay.
hugs?
I'm going to go. Yeah, I'm going to go up and ask Zelthar how he's doing on, basically get in his personal space. Do a spark stuff. If I can find him, that is, because
So, Zelthar, what do you do? Where are you during the house? Like during all this shit?
I'm probably in my room for the most part, like maintaining armor, weapons, all that stuff.
You see, like you sort of knock on the door and you hear Zelthar sharpening a sword he's never used. Like.
Perfect.
This would be great to display on the wall.
I'll do the cat thing where I just if it's unlocked, I walk in without knocking and sort of sit down on the bed and go, "Hey, buddy, how you doing?"
Oh, that would trigger the fuck out
I'm
of
learning
me.
from Jugun. I'm learning bad stuff from Jugun.
What brings you in here? And you didn't knock.
I just wanted to see my cool buddy. How you doing?
Is Sparks getting closer to me while he's
Yeah, just
I'm
slowly edging
backing
closer.
up while you're getting closer. I'm doing fine. Just preparing. There's not a lot to do. We've been on many adventures. I'm waiting for the next one.
Yeah, we're gonna go soon. But we're having tea downstairs. You wanna come and have some tea with the rest of us?
I'll have tea. What kind of tea?
Yeah. I don't know.
Okay. I'll probably
was-
like it.
Jugun made it, so it's good. Come on. And I'm gonna just grab his arm and just sort of, I'm gonna pull him, but I have no strength, so it's not. It's like a child pulling on your arm. And I'm like, come on.
And as you
It's
guys,
like a cat putting its paw on your arm and just no, come here.
as you guys are sort of all gathered around downstairs, all of a sudden, sort of the Zahn and Jay are gonna both walk in the room together and just be like, you hear the Zahn's gonna be like, seems somber in here. What's going on?
Taran's sisters came in.
Oh, I missed her. What?
Oh, really? I thought she went to talk to you about it.
No, you just said you wanted sending stones.
Yeah, one
Oh,
was
that-
for my sister.
Oh, you didn't mention that part, but I guess
it's
that
nice,
tracks.
Hey, are there any messages you want me to pass on to her? I have a sending to her. Open.
Who is it to?
Dazan.
Oh.
Oh,
He said it left out.
I mean, I didn't really have a specific. Man, I should have put some thought into it. I didn't think this would be asked of me today. I'll think of something. I'll let you know.
Please
I mean,
don't
she's
cast
a
my
wizard
sister.
too. You could
Hey,
always like
girl.
say teach wizard
Hey.
things. That could give a reason for her to like come over more. Maybe, I don't know.
I'm sure. Yeah, that works with me. I'm
Yeah,
well.
I'm just gonna.
I'm usually pretty
I'll
free.
send another message to her. Like, just be like, hey, also, there's this teacher that lives in our house if you want to come. Very powerful. Love to see you.
I'm sure we actually have extra rooms that she could just like rent
It's-
out.
We're not gonna make my sister pay. What are you talking about?
That is
Wow, no.
Got a room that you can fucking rent out. That's
Purpose
crazy.
relationship, Landlord.
Sugar.
And it-
Jesus, no.
I assume she just didn't want to like take free stuff from you, but okay.
Well, she'll have to accept it no matter what. I'm her bigger sister, so.
Are you
And
sure
no one
that's
learned anything.
a good?
No. No, she can stay here freely if she wants to, but I wouldn't be surprised if she did not want to.
Hey, maybe you should just be like less negative about things,
Well,
Anyways, folks, do you want sandwiches with the tea?
yes.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do that. Jace, help me. And he just goes, what? He said, help. And he, okay. And as you guys are sort of gathered in the kitchen, Nizan sort of, mid-cooking it up. So, everything's ready when you guys are. Just need the word.
We have to go underwater.
In all fairness, it's a pretty big mystery. What you guys have said was true, and there's another one of those hidden cities down there, and there's an ancient city that's a big deal.
If we don't go, who else is going to find out? There's nothing else that could reveal the history of this world. Like going to where it all came from. The great worms, the oceans, everything.
I remember that map that I found. It was in Vel's memory, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's. I hope I remember this right. Like a stream coming out of the heart, or like some sort of like light thing or something like that. Like it was some indication that there was something coming out. I remember.
It was like, imagine like there was like a star, like this light that popped up in the midst of the heart of Revedia, a similar one that had also popped up in the King's Basin.
Mm-hmm.
Where, of course, Dazan City has fell.
Right.
So it was an armillary globe, and it demoed sort of like a brief history. I'm not sure exactly, but what I wrote down in my notes, verbatim, is we found an armillary globe with a golden mechanism in the heart of Reveed. Water flowed out from the heart and swallowed all of the world up in ocean. Glowing points appeared across the globe, with one in the heart of Reveed, and with the only two on Revedia being the one in Queen's Landing, in the ocean north of Queen's Landing, rather, and one in the heart of Revedia. So every previous Sky City, theoretically, has sunken underwater at one place or another. These are just the two that are the least underwater, theoretically. and also there might be extra significance with like whatever, because this is such an important site beneath the heart of Revedia. Okay, this is a stupid question. The heart of Revedia is the name of the lake, right?
It's a good inland ocean.
Is there a name for like beneath the heart of Revedia? Is it just like the depths
One of
of
the
the heart
things
of
we'll find out when we get there.
I mean, no one has ever explored that area, and no one has ever reportedly explored that area. The only other person who you know of having ever done anything remotely like that is Varus and the little lizard dude.
What was his name?
Acel.
Little lizard dude.
What was it?
It was Acel.
Acel, yeah. And I remember Acel told Taryn that he found a huge scale down there, and he showed it to her.
Yes. It was like the
scale.
side of like siding on a building. It was fucking massive.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay, and yeah, so it has a reputation for sinking ships. We kind of heard about that earlier.
Mm-hmm.
We also know that there's a perpetual storm over the center of the heart of Revedia, right?
And it expands. It's not just the direct center. It expands quite a bit of the ways out of it. Like if I were to like draw like
the middle, yeah.
Probably like around like this area is like where the storm lies.
Oh.
Like Eye of Jupiter, of course not Eye of Jupiter size, but like it is massive constant storm.
I also found my armor layer
we also
notes.
know that there's like a spiraling current under the surface that spirals, I think, inward towards the center, downward. Probably.
Does it go clockwise or counterclockwise?
Elijah?
Or do we not
I
know?
don't answer that question.
I don't know. I don't think y'all would know that. Well,
no.
No, I think I would know that. But
find out.
I will say the spire, like that undercurrent, that's called the whirl of Revedia. If that's what you're talking about.
The whirl of Revedia. The whirling dervish of Revedia.
Since we're all talking about it, sorry. I would explain what I saw in my vision with Far. Or sorry.
Could you actually refresh me on that? I was writing notes about other stuff when it was going on.
So essentially, and just breaking it down, what I saw in my vision was I saw basically a city that had the higher level being, like there were in Arden Bale's like mine.
Astra. It was the name of the city.
Astra, yes. And just kind of like just showing how luxury it is. Until I saw a sign that says "Be aware what beware." Actually, it had like a 3 statement.
I can read it out so you guys have it in your memories.
Please and thank you.
Alright. Be warned, foolish and brave. Death awaits the mightiest of you, and fate's much worse for those weak in body and spirit. If you seek peace, turn away, but if you search for death's delay, these edicts shall guide you. In darkness lies safety, life flows with currents. Do not wake what slumbers, and neither magic nor might shall be your escape.
Could you transcribe that for us?
Yeah, I'll...
Later.
What I'm probably going to do is take a picture of it and send it to you.
Okay, that's fine. I can't write that quite that fast.
Yeah, you're all good.
And neither might nor magic.
Yes. Neither might nor magic.
Magic will be your escape. So that's a little... Hey, listen, so that's a little foreboding.
Ominous.
I gotta scratch some stuff out soon.
How are... Well, it wouldn't be the first time something has interfered with magic in our journeys, so... We all know how that goes, to a greater extent. Hopefully it doesn't cancel out all magic, because otherwise we'll stop breathing. And die.
I don't want to go anymore.
You didn't want to go to begin with. It's underwater.
I know, but he just said we could really, like... The magic can...
Thank you.
Maybe Zan should go in my place.
What? I thought I was going to be allowed to go. Was I supposed to stay here? You're telling me that there's a
mean, like,
lost city of my
out of the
ancient
ship.
peoples?
No, you
Oh.
can come along.
Oh, nice. Awesome. Whew. I just realized this.
You rarely leave the house, so I just didn't know if you were interested.
Well, I leave the house, thank you. I just been busy doing, there's a lot of things going on, you know?
And he's been like 3 months making the submarine or proving the submarine. Of course, it's all to come.
Yeah, no, I know. It's just, like, in general, he doesn't leave very often.
I go to the Seven Towers all the time. I go for lunches. I have friends. I have friends that don't even live here. I'll have you know.
Oh,
Dazan,
okay.
that's so good to hear.
I will remind you that last time you guys spoke with Dazan when you guys are out and about, he said something about going on a date. That was another thing that happened a while ago.
What?
I don't remember.
Yes.
I don't remember that.
Yes, that
Oh
was
my
a thing
God.
that happened.
I want the side quest date of Dazan as an interlude one day.
You guys are like stalking him as he's walking throughout the city.
I want me and
That would've
Dragoon
been
to gay
long,
crash a date.
Because with Dazan, it would have been a double date.
That's
So
fucked up,
Hung
man.
up and be
Okay.
insanely awkward.
Damn it. The Sky City, the ruins of which we found Dazan in, do we know which one that was?
No.
He said it was. I thought
He
said
gave you the
that.
name of it a long
Yeah.
time ago. I'd have to look it up. I don't remember what it was.
I would too. It was a D something, I think.
Was it?
But
Maybe?
but the Mythalar that was draining the land,
Mhm.
that wasn't Astra's Mythalar, right? Because Astra was famously like drawing power from the stars. I want to say.
More or less, yes. From the case of Astra, yes. Astra was different than most of the other sky cities, and this is what enabled them to fly. So they were this is why they were called Astra, because they flew amongst the stars, and much higher than any of the other flying cities were able to.
So the one in the north, fuck, there's so many names for it. The one in the north,
King Basin?
couldn't have been Astra because it was using that like life drainy. For some reason, I had it in my head that like that Astra was like up north and it crashed up there, but I guess we don't know where Astra is yet. Maybe it's down there. Who knows?
I will say, when you guys spoke to Arjen Vorvel long time ago, and you spoke to Juan as well, you know that he washed up on the shores of Revedia from the outside and not the inside. Like, it was on like the eastern shores of the continent, not from like the inside.
Thank you for that. Yeah.
'Cause I remember that is something that you guys were told.
Well, if we go there, we find Dazan Prime.
Oh, no, there's no
think
way
he's-
that happens. He was up north, and he's long gone by now.
You're your own person now, Dazan.
And yeah, that city didn't crash in the interior. It's in the ocean north of that peninsula.
The Emerald Lane. Oh, no. No, in the King's Basin. That's what you mean.
Well, it crashed in the King's Basin. Didn't that form the King's Basin, or am I crazy? We know what formed the King's Basin? Shit.
Y'all don't know what formed the King's Basin, but you know it crashed there.
I think it was on.
I guess
land.
that was a inference I drew.
But so we're putting sandwiches out of everybody. But I think it'd be nice. I haven't gotten to go with an adventure on you guys or anything in a while. You guys seem to have been having lots of crazy times while I've been gone. And I'll have you know, I've been making up a few tricks myself while I've been waiting here. Taryn, you're looking at me suspiciously. These are good
Like
tricks.
what? I was wondering what kind of tricks.
Oh wait, do you want me to show you now? I thought that was one of those things where I reveal it in the moment, and it's a cool surprise. I can.
Oh well, I mean,
no, it's. I mean, if I could, I guess.
you can just tell us. But if you want to surprise us, you can, I guess.
I like that surprise. It's fun.
Dragon, close your ears. We'll surprise you if you want. But I've had ow, fucking bugs. How did that get in here? A few objects of magical power that I've been able to obtain. You know, I've met some friends in high places, and turns out being from an ancient civilization makes you be able to throw a lot of weight in those circles. And, excuse me, what he's going to be pulling out is, well, he's not sort of wearing it, but you see him put it on. And it's like, not a gauntlet, but it's these like 4 rings that go around his fingers. They're all part of the same thing. They go around his primary fingers, connecting to like a wrist clasp. And he's going to use this. I found an artifact. Apparently this is an incredibly powerful magical item. The previous owner of which was a wizard from long ago, invented many of the spells he used in modern day. And I kind of been waiting for a moment to use it, but I've been here. It's been great for building the ship, though.
So is it like a magical staff? Or...
No, it's the bracelet that I'm wearing. This thing. It's got like the wrist cuff. I can even do the disintegration thing a little bit, like Sparks does. Figured I need to be able to pull my weight a little bit more.
Like a reinforcement cuff, or so you don't hurt your wrist when you're performing your incantations.
Yeah. More or less. Just kind of like, for everyone else, he is not saying that's what it is, but he realizes that he doesn't know how to explain this to Kalis.
Well, that's good. I'm glad you're not getting fighter's arm.
Yeah, no strain or anything to worry about. Just for y'all, you can see what it looks like. It seems to be very like ornately made as well.
Oh, it's like it's like little finger strings, like little rings with chains on them leading down to connect the rings with a wrist band.
Bracelet.
Fancy.
It is fancy.
But
Jeweled.
with that, Jay and I finish our preparations, and seems like you guys have been doing yours for the last few days, so in the morning, the next morning, the next, say the word. We're getting on the way.
Are there any supplies that we need to get before we head down?
Oh, I was meaning to say, okay, above table, Taryn doesn't have any special water-breathing items, does she?
Cloak of the Manta Ray.
You already have? Okay, well, shit. Does anyone not have a Cloak of the Manta Ray?
We literally just bought them earlier, remember?
I think most of everybody bought one. I think, Zelthar, do you have a cloak, or do you have like a cap, or you have something along those lines, right?
Yeah, I bought a cloak.
Gotcha, yeah.
How much was it again? Sorry.
400 gold, yeah.
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah. So, Kalis will...
Should we get more potion?
Kalis will be like, okay, so when we're diving, I've figured out a solution for the whole problem. And he puts on his cap of water breathing on top of his head, and then over the cap of water breathing, he puts on the hood of the Cloak of the Manta Ray.
Why
Redundancy.
Oh.
Redundancy, that's... I can't think of any better solution for surviving the depths.
Not going.
You're not going?
I said not going in general.
Oh, Sparix, come
Oh.
on. This is the greatest adventure to ever be had. You know, you can't just not go.
I don't like water. This is the most water you can get.
No, not the most. You could go the other way. The other deep ocean, far, far out. There's more water out there. So if anything, you're going for less water.
We're all
Okay,
going. I'll be there.
Well, yeah, but then we have to get out. It's bad enough in the submarine going down, but then we have to get out of the submarine. I don't know if I can again.
Well, how about this? We're not going to just do a bunch of. We're not going down there to do a bunch of, freeform swimming. We could just get out if we find a pocket of air.
And very important for you to know,
Right.
Sparks. The ship has been equipped. I've been hard at work with this. I knew you weren't going to like the water. So, the ship has been equipped. We don't have to get out of it every time we have a fight. In fact, I made a special area in it just for you. But I guess if
You did?
you don't want me to, you don't want to be in a chamber that almost quadruples the range of your spells unless you fling them across far oceans. I guess you can stay here. It's fine.
You can't.
Can I-
I get it, honestly. I get it. I'm
I
afraid of
ins-
many things. Go
Can I
ahead.
insight check him to see if he's lying or not?
Go ahead,
I
yeah.
would like.
You see, Sparks is like.
Oh my god.
15, he's not lying.
He's not lying? Okay.
Yeah, I was thinking of a good name for it. I was like the artillerist nests, but I feel like I just can't think of a good one. But, I'm sure. Who else? I'm sure Jung-un would love it. I had to change the dimensions a bit because, I made it for you, and she doesn't fit in there very well. But I could do that, it's okay. We just have to adjust the seat a bit and everything. Oh, I guess we won't have an adventure with Sparks with us. She sort of looks over at you, and it's very ironic, the cat guy getting the puppy dog eyes as you're just looking up.
If Sparks had more wisdom, he could see through this obvious.
Manipulation?
Yeah. Okay. You put so much effort into it. Fine, I'll come.
Okay. It means a lot to me. Thank you very much.
Okay.
And with that, as you guys settle down for one last day, or one last night on dry land, eventually, the morning comes. The ship has already been prepared, waiting over for you at the docks of Revedia. And as you guys are on the way there, that is where it's going to take a quick 5 minutes, just because I really got a piss, and I've had to for the past 45.
Should have gone beforehand, man.
I did. I've been drinking. I've had a lot of liquid in my system. Anyways,
I mean,
be right
it's
back.
normal Elijah stuff. You know, we're used to it.
What the heck? Hold on a second. What? The cams are frozen on the thing.
Oh.
Well, I don't know how long they've been frozen. I'll deal with that when I get back.
I didn't hear anything from Andy and Near, so.
It might have just happened. Alrighty.
Overall,
We're back and doing last minute bickering about magic items. In classes.
Armor, too.
You can get serpent scale armor if you'd like, or you could get
What other light armor is there?
you could get like
Serpent scale will give you the most AC, but
I don't want to be a copy.
because you could get like +2 studded or something like that. It'd be expensive, but you can do it.
yeah, it's much more expensive for the same thing. You could just get a different color.
You could get. We got options. You could get like demon studded leather armor. You know, ooh, demon. But that's more for unarmed strikes.
There's no like dragon hide armor. Just dragon
there
scale.
is that.
I mean, there
Because
is,
your
but it doesn't
resistance
work
to-
well with your vast amount of decks. That you
No.
know.
Dragon hide armor?
There's
No.
copper dragon
High
scale
level
armor.
medium.
I don't want
The
scale
Dragon scale will
mail.
only get you up to 16. You can get that without
It's
know,
also I get it.
studded
This
leather.
disadvantage on stealth checks, and I don't like that. So I want to be sneaky. Obviously, being the rogue.
Yeah, the serpent armor lets you do stealth stuff.
Yeah,
Serpent.
it doesn't impose disadvantage on you, and it'll give you a 19 AC.
Or if you want like an armor with specific like damage resistance, that could be done as well.
Yeah, honestly, that's just kind of great. It's not very.
It's not flashy,
I
but
guess. But yeah, it's just like numerically good, and it doesn't give your ability checks.
Imagine getting
The,
armor.
the old torpedo.
What the serpent scale armor?
I would say
Serpent scale armor will give you the best AC, but yeah.
yeah, I would say it's either the resistance to damage or the higher AC with a serpent scale.
Right. I'll do a resistant to damage. My AC is 18 right now, so
Do you have a damage type preference? Would you like resistance against? Because we got options. You got things like, you got Radiant, you got Thunder, Psychic, Poison, Necrotic, Lightning, Fire, Force, Cold, Acid. I will say Cold might be particularly nice, especially if you're facing water creatures, because water creatures tend to use cold damage, because water isn't a damage
Yeah.
type.
that's what I was thinking too.
I'd probably say, like, if you're especially, like, maybe, like... Oh, wait, there's actually one thing you guys do know about the Heart of Revedia. Kalis, you actually made friends with it, actually, back in, like, Arium's little, like, Mind Palace thing. Remember that big-ass fucking crab?
Mm-hmm.
That was one of those creatures that dwells down there. Because that was another thing you guys had learned through that area.
That was like a memory of the Heart of Revedia or something.
Kinda,
Hey,
yeah.
buddy.
Revedia.
But, like, those, like the, like, Titan creatures, like the, or, like, Leviathan-like things, those were... You also know, because that's amongst the few things you know, the biology down there is big. Megafauna, I mean megafauna.
I'm excited.
Right, that scale was from just a big damn fish, wasn't it?
Well, big
Yeah,
damn
or
something
like a big
under
eel
there.
or something.
Something. So could I do studded leather armor with resistance to cold?
Yeah, you could do that.
Still keep the same AC.
Let's see. Yes, you certainly could. And that would only be a rare item. So let me
I don't
look.
think money is much of an option for me.
It's not. This is a formality.
Yeah.
Let's see. For this, it'd be, because it's only rare, 6,000 gold pieces in total.
6,000. Alright, I'll give 600 platinum.
Alrighty. And I'll add that to your sheet.
2, 6, 4 minus 6. Okay. Subtract my platinum. I've got 9 silver. That's random.
You know, it's like when you're walking around with hundreds and you gotta break a bill somebody that somewhere. You just, where are you gonna spend those fives?
I know, right? You're being such a cutie.
Alright, and let me add this to your sheet.
Did you guys see this kitten in my lap?
I was watching the entire time.
Look at her.
So cute.
Oh, she's sleeping.
Yeah, she's a sleepy.
I will let you know this leather armor is an attunement item, so you would have to drop attunement on one of yours because you currently have 3 already equipped between the boots, the parry after wound closure, and flare.
I don't think if you get the AC variant, I don't think that is attunement. I think that's just a mundane item or a
The studded leather armor of cold resistance
wondrous
is
item.
does need attunement though.
The boots probably aren't going to be useful because Manta Ray Cloak setting speeds are specific.
Yeah, that's what I was
No.
thinking too. Where even are the boots? Here are the boots on here. Right. I'll take the attunement off of the boots and attune this to the leather armor, and then I can unequip.
Or I will also say, because I'm now realizing this, if you want to attune to your tattoo of cold absorbing, that is the thing you could do as well and wear a different armor, because you have that in your inventory.
Oh, that is true.
I attuned to it. I took my wing boots off and attuned to mine.
That makes sense.
You know, I even looked at that tattoo earlier and was like, oh, that's right. Taryn has one too. And then it went right out of my brain.
Okay, like we need
Funny,
to make
I have
some
one
good
too.
choices on this adventure, or else we're gonna be in hot water. So, I like to buy a decanter of endless water because I feel like it'll be very useful.
Hey, can I hit you through my
Wow.
camera?
Situation.
Sure, you buy a decanter of endless water.
They probably don't go for much down there, do they? Probably pretty cheap.
Relatively. But it sounds like these preparations are coming to their close. Am I correct?
Yeah. Could
I don't know
change
what
my
else to do.
armor.
Yes, you can. What would you like instead?
Could I do like a sort of leather armor like +2 or something like that? Would that be get me to a higher AC instead?
That would. It'd be
Yeah.
a bit, because your armor is just like default armor right now.
It's glamour studded armor, but I think it's just a +1.
It doesn't give you like an AC bonus or anything, but I will say +2 armor is a very rare item, so it's going to be. I don't know why I'm telling you about the price like you care.
I don't. You could let me know so I know what to subtract. How much more?
Studded leather armor would be the minimum you would be able to find it at was 20,000 gold pieces.
It's fine.
That's a broom of flying.
Broom of flying? Isn't that like an uncommon item? What the fuck are you gonna use a broom of flying for? Wait a minute.
Yeah, am I too heavy?
No.
That's what I was
We're gonna be underwater, dude.
Wow.
500 gold pieces. You have a broom of flying. Is this what you wanted?
Yes, thank you.
I gave over 2,000 platinum for the armor.
Gotcha. All
I
right.
actually spent my money on something, guys. It's been like a year and a half, or 2 years, or something like that.
You got the cold resist armor, you said?
No, I got just a +2 studded leather because I've got the cold absorbing
Get
tattoo.
past the shopping part of
Yes.
this episode.
This is the last thing that I want.
Yeah, I want
Okay,
my
but-
rations.
Another dumb question. Everything we do is going to be a disadvantage in terms of martial characters underwater, right?
If you have a swim speed, it's not.
Correct.
The cloak
Oh.
of the cape of the manta ray gives you a swim speed. Blah, 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 blah.
I didn't know that.
Okay, so
I can
that's
post the
equipped.
underwater fucking rules if you want.
That's
Right.
all right. I just remembered like daggers, tridents, spears, but yeah.
All right.
I'm
just like
also-
yours that for us, that's great.
I'm still going to unattune from the Boots of Haste and attune to the Ring of Mind Shielding. Ring of Mind Shielding. Bleh.
Fair enough. All right.
So. Okay.
Alrighty. But as those last preparations are made, you guys begin to make your way to the docks of Revedia. Reveed. Fuck, Reveed. Why'd I do that? Why did I do this to myself? as you guys are making your way there, you guys see the mantis sort of docked, floating a little bit above the water. And as you guys are sort of all walking over, you guys are there, Jay's there, Dazan's there, and sort of getting ready to board onto the ship. I'm curious, are any of y'all in particular taking lead as you guys are getting...
I'll take lead.
Sure, okay. You will notice that there's like sort of like a note left like tucked into the hatch.
Okay.
And as you do so, you grab it and you can feel the weight of something inside. And you pick it up, reading it. It seems to be a note left for you by Varus. He goes, can't share too much, of course, because, you know, of being magically bound and such. But this might be able to help you on your way if you're still determined to do this. And what you see is a metallic coin. You're not sure what exactly substance of this. It doesn't look like gold, doesn't look like platinum. But marked on both sides of this are these shapes that is like, I'd say almost like star-like, but not star in like the, you know, like the shape star, but like is this like almost like asterisk, you know, with these expanding branches that come out of it. So this should help pay for your passage.
That's nice of him.
Interesting. I'll pocket it.
But with that being said, as you guys step into the mantis, there is this sort of like moment of like brief claustrophobia for some of you, realizing you're sort of encased in the space as Jay, the last one in, pulls down, seals the hatch, and along with his magical and mechanical bindings, this thing is air fucking tight.
For reference, as Fox is getting in, he's gonna cast Calm Emotions on himself.
Fair.
Because 100% the only way he's getting in there is if, you know.
I'm gonna knock you out once. We're gonna knock you out once.
Yeah.
Excuse me?
Well, I mean, he will cast Calm Emotions on himself unless Dragon decides to knock him out, in which case.
We don't need to incur the concussion, okay? He's got magic. Don't worry.
Should give him one of your mushrooms. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, because that's a good idea.
But you guys begin to float ahead. You see that this has undergone quite a few changes since you were last in here. What was once this large, sort of massive, like thick glass window has actually been replaced by these magical sensors that exist right outside the front and display the area in front of you. The entire actual front of the ship has been reinforced with sheer metal, as to give it more structural integrity as you head into the depths. You see that while this was previously a ship that was only meant for Jay and meant for him to operate, you see these several other different stations set aside. And I will say, as you guys are getting settled, or like getting to make your way on, Dazan is going to make his way over to you, Sparks. He's going to be like, do you want to check out that little spot for you?
I guess.
And as he says, follow me, he sort of takes you up, because the mantis is sort of split into like two levels. There's like the sort of like upper half area where you can look down below like all the controls, the windshield area, and this upper half is where also like these aren't even really rooms, they're more like sort of like openings. Sean, imagine very like metaphor, Fantasio-esque. Like where they would sleep on like the ship. There's like sort of like holes in the walls big enough for you guys to like sleep in, put some of your stuff. As this is not a luxury cruise. But there's a little sort of like ladder he sort of shows you up to. Go ahead up there, try and cast a spell. And as you guys are floating, or like making your way along the river that flows towards the heart of Revedia, or it doesn't flow towards, but it's going towards the heart of Revedia. Sparks, you make your way up to the artillerist nests, and you can feel this entire area, this is an arcane focus. It's not just like a specific thing in this place. That lets you know what can happen here. So first thing to know, this you can use your meta magic while using this. But off base, what it does, meaning you can use this chamber as an arcane focus. While using this as a focus, the range of your spells is quadrupled. Touch spells have a range of 60 feet. And spell damage is doubled against creatures, and that is max damage against any objects or structures, including as well as being doubled.
Damn. Okay, that's cool.
What is it? Is it like an Oculus or some sort
So-
of like resonating?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna
Yeah.
say. Because if there's a big glass window, I mean, Sparks is only gonna come in here if there's combat. Because the idea of the fact that, like, you know, even if it is magically enhanced, being able to see that much water,
I will say, as you step into this area, it's because you have to like pull yourself onto it. There's like a chair up here. It's like a little like battle station for you. But this whole area, this is not glass. Pretty much all the glass that was used for windows on this thing has been removed. And what there is instead these magical sensors, as I was saying, that show like a image of the area that is around you. But you can also choose to like sort of shift that image as you move your hands, seeing better like what would be behind the ship. Or if you like sort of like flip your hands, you can see what's underneath you guys as well. And that is where this whole area would fill up with water, or like show water, because then you'd be looking under the ship. But it can also just black out, so you can just have like a dark room to hang out in.
What part of it actually amplifies the spell, or is it just like the chamber is enchanted?
The chamber is enchanted with what seems to be this large, like gemstone-like object. It in itself is like cylindrical, like in shape, about a foot or so tall, sort of set in the middle of this area, like depressed into it a bit. Almost imagine like a huge fucking battery sitting within the thing, like visually at least. But as I said, while you're in this area, you can use this as an arcane focus and cast spells. And this is not exclusive to Sparks as well, by the way. So if anyone needs to step in a moment and cast some spells, they can do so. But this was...
I'll totally make use of that.
How many people can fit in there?
It is a one-person station.
Okay.
And there are more stations as well. However, if I'm being honest with you guys, I don't have them all written down right here with me right now. And I'm gonna be able to send you a list by the time before you guys get into combat. So don't worry about that.
Yay!
But I can tell you what one of the other stations does. The Watchers, which is up in like the front section of the ship with everybody else. Where how it works is any magical senses or detection spells, their ranges are increased to 500 feet. And as a bonus action, you can mark targets, giving advantage against any attacks against it.
That's a Kalis and Zelfar area.
And this is not the only thing it does. Is one more other thing, but I haven't decided if I'm keeping it or not yet. So I'll let you know when I finish that.
Just imagining the Jay built the ship with arrow slits. He was like, "What? Where's the water coming from? I didn't think.
I put a portcullis in the submarine. How did this go wrong?
The arrows would go out. So it's supposed to work."
Sparks is, for the majority of the trip, is basically gonna find a bolt hole, like some small and probably described as like claustrophobic area in the center of the ship, or just and basically just sit there and feel vaguely like he's just in a room instead of in a floating ship.
You know what?
Until casting.
I'm gonna roll a wisdom check for Dazan. We'll see if this. What's that? +4? Sure. I will say, in your little artillerist nest, Dazan also put in a little setting where it shows like a foresty area around you. Like an open field.
Okay, fine. I'll stay in the artillerist next.
You don't have to, but it's there if you need that moment of if you need to ground yourself. If any of you guys need to go up there and see a tree again.
Touch grass, metaphorically.
But as you guys are sort of checking out the ship, Jay sort of manning the wheel from this place as you guys begin heading on forth. You guys are going to begin to see in the distance the storm that resides over the waters. Off in the distance, this massive cloud of black swirls that fills the area. And sort of speaking out to you guys, he's going to just let you know it's about time that we start going under if we're going to be avoiding most of the waves. And with that, the sort of skyline that was above you guys, the horizon over the waves, begins to sink further and further below as you guys dive into the heart of Revedia. The travel itself is rather uneventful, which is almost reassuring. There's probably some time in that first few moments of that trip where you're like waiting for something to happen, because you know this place has inhabitants, especially along the coastlines. There's a hogwin that you've encountered, the various merfolks, and other types of creatures. But you guys are having this pretty much clear space to it. And it's not going to be a straightaway shot. This is going to be a few days travel actually making its way to the heart of Revedia, even at the speed you guys are going, especially because you guys are going to be going against the current for quite a bit of it. But moving forward in time, as you guys down the depths below, it is dark down here. The only light given off in any bit of the area is that given off by the sensors of the ship. And eventually, you don't just see it, you can almost hear it. The edges of the ship sort of like rattling a bit as there is this massive flowing current that is above you guys, or before you guys, I should say. You see the very edge of the space, this sort of swirling water of the world of Revedia.
When we reach this area, I imagine that Sparks is not having a great time, right? Oh no.
Yep.
Yeah.
I am. Hote's not anywhere
Yeah.
that can see any of this.
So, Taryn will actually go and like sit like cross-legged, like in front of Sparks, wherever he is, as long as there's enough space. And can I just be like, "How you doing?"
I'm terrible. But I'm here with you guys, and I'm here to help.
You are.
And he takes a deep breath and goes, here to help, here to help, here to help, here to help.
So, tell me something. Now you know more about my family and myself. So, tell me about yours.
What you
What's your
wanna
family
know?
like? What's your family like?
Well, I don't only have one family member that I talk to anymore, but even then I don't kind of talk to them a lot. My brother, my big brother.
Big brother? What's he like?
He looked after me when I was younger and got into trouble.
That sounds really familiar. From the other side. Is he like you? Can he cast magic?
No, he's he's gonna mutter something.
What was that? I didn't quite catch it.
He's more like you.
Oh. Do you miss him?
Mm-hmm.
When was the last time you saw him?
Probably a month or so before I met you guys.
About how long have we been together as a party, like in-game?
Fuck.
Yeah.
It's
It
like
is a
a
good
year and a
question.
half, right?
I know it's less than like 2 years. Probably between somewhere between like a year or two.
Okay. That's a long time. As I know that you know, I know what it's like to not see family for a very long time. Do you know where he is?
I would imagine the last time I saw him, he was at well, we left the village together. I grew up in.
Where?
In the in the plains.
Okay.
Well, there was a village.
What happened to it?
Well, you know how I he's gonna mimic with his hands, kind of like explosion.
Yeah.
Well, I kind of did that in the middle of the village.
Oh. That was before you got more control.
Didn't have any control when I met you guys. That's why I came to Revedia. My brother sent me. But...
I'm sorry you've been carrying that around all this time and we didn't know.
It's fine. You don't ask. I mean,
well,
I just, you know, you guys have got so much going on as well. I mean, Dragon's got the whole, you know, herald thing going on, and Zelda is like a prince and stuff, and Chaos is like the whole, you know, moving wild, fae, dragon shenanigans, tree ants and stuff. I mean, you've got so much on your back. Mine didn't just, it wasn't important.
it is important. It's just as important as the rest of ours. I'm really bad at asking after people's past because I don't like talking about mine, so I assume that people don't like talking about theirs, so nothing gets said. But I'm asking now. I think, what if when we got back after this, we go look for your brother? I mean, you helped me see my sister again, so I would like to help you see your brother again.
Maybe.
Think about it. You don't have to decide right now. There'll be some time. Well, at least your brother was a better brother than I was a sister, so he actually helped you get what you needed.
And sort of like loudly from the front of your ship, you just hear someone go, "Did I hear self-deprecation? Stop
no, Dazan.
it. Continue."
Self-deprecating gives the truth.
That counts.
Oh god. Get out of here. Get out of here.
Oh no, the cat's catting.
Ah. She stopped being sleepy and she started eating yarn. Sorry.
as you guys have a moment to yourselves on the rear end of the ship, meanwhile, at the front, Jugan, Kalis, Zelthar, Jadezon, you all are in full sight of what is before you. And this is massive, because what you see before you is not just a single current. And there is this almost like consuming like feeling of like awe, as you're like awestruck by the sight. As these waves, almost these tunnels of water, bend all around this area, and not just in one direction. It almost seems like it's a net is woven of the very streams that flow through this place. Over Jay, you hear him sort of like, suddenly it's like, I'm not exactly sure if we're supposed to be entering through here. This seems like it could be dangerous if we were to head straight into these currents. We might have to make a way around and find a better spot for us. You wouldn't happen to have any particular insight, Jungan, would you? And I will say, Jungan, in your divine intervention, the sort of place it would have shown you would have been like the south end of this whole spot. Or where you saw the words, at least.
So I point that out to him.
And as you do so, he sort of like gets a nod and begins heading in that direction. And you guys, still making sure you're swimming a safe distance away from these currents, you can begin to see sort of more things to become to form within this, as you realize that this is not purely just water within here. You see shards of wood, metal, the wreckage of seemingly countless ships that had the boldness to make their way through the heart. This has become their final resting place. But as you guys begin making your way, heading to the south side of this world, eventually you guys will see this stillness in the water, a place where there is not so much of this writhing currents, almost like there is like this sort of like space of calm, this clearing within the water that heads deeper into this place. And written in words of what seemed to be magics older than time, Jamin, surrounding this place, almost like this circular pattern that sort of like spirals around the mouth of this entrance. You see the same words that Far had told you before.
This looks like the spot, guys. It's super exciting.
Just before I forget, this is sort of like a retroactive kind of thing. Kalis would have left like the rest of his gaggle of forest creatures in the garden at home.
Fair enough.
And he's got his little knit cap and hood up and all tied on. He takes the cap of water breathing off the wall and puts it on Brynhild's head and like straps it and then like double knots it. And like she looks like a kid whose mother puts them in like a giant parka. Well, there's even the hint of snow. It's like really overprepared. But yeah, can I ask what entrance, what threshold are we looking at?
So, as I said, most of the world, as you guys have been riding alongside of it, has been like this sort of like woven layer of these various like sea currents moving so quickly that you can visibly see them amongst the rest of the flowing water. But the area that you guys find yourself in front of, it's almost like there's been like a hole in this like woven basket. This area of clear, still water. And as there's this space that surrounds it, and it's fairly wide, it's like about like 100 feet like in diameter. Very, very like sort of like large opening. But around it is, you see these words. And the words themselves are strange, because you can tell this is ancient, this is old, and this is a warning. But as you look upon the words, it's almost as if your brain begins to fill in the pieces. And you all can read these perfectly clearly, even with understanding that these are not common, nor any language that you speak. This was not meant to be cryptic in that sense. It was meant to clearly warn anybody who was to come to this path.
Damn. Where did you put down the whole quote? Oh.
Yeah. And Sparks, I have to know. At
So-
any point, are you going to make your way to the front of the ship to see what all this shit says? Or are you going to be tucked away the whole time? Just checking.
If I'll probably follow Taran when she goes down to see. But you know,
And
if anyone has any like arcane questions and stuff like that, Sparks will force himself to stare out of the window. But you know, otherwise he's not.
I will say, if you were to look at this with your true sight, you read something different than anybody else.
You gotta look.
Okay.
Tara will give his shoulder a little squeeze when he looks out the window.
I just want you to know, like, when you like go to like touch him when he's looking, he's probably shaking the entire time. But I will look out the window. Ugh, the things you people make me do.
And as you're looking up, and there is this overwhelming feeling as you're looking at this swirling masses of water, and you, in your times with these adventures, have become someone of power you could have not nearly imagined yourself living in that village, living life with a king just literal years ago. But there is this sort of almost like what's the word? Like existential, like feeling as you look upon this. And compared to everyone else, the words that you read. To those who seek us, we are waiting in our home. The great master sleeps, and one day we wait for his awakening. But return to us, live amongst us, and be loved as one of us.
So the original message, does anyone like read it out loud, or do they just like read it and say?
Yeah, you guys already knew the original. Jungam had told that to you guys beforehand, back at the house. So you know what it was supposed to say, but go ahead.
I'll go to look at it, and I'll just, I'll squint and say, it doesn't say that, it says this.
The last part was live as one of us, you said?
And be loved as one of us.
And be loved as one of us. Yeah, almost got all of it.
Can you say the whole thing again?
I got it. Hold on.
I'll write it out.
I will, I got it. Hang on. Let me just
Oh.
edit some typos.
Oh, hell, oh, she's proofreading. Hell yeah.
Oh my
Not too quick.
god.
Word not here.
Punctuation's probably not correct, but those are the words.
Yeah, to those who seek us, we are waiting in our home. The great master sleeps. One day we wait for his awakening. Return to us, live amongst us, and be loved as one of us. Yep.
I can
His
type
awakening
faster.
and return
That's
to
so
us?
beautiful.
No, it's like comma, return to us. Like as it's talking to Sparks.
That's terrifying. What the hell is the Great Master? Actually,
And
I have a
be
question.
loved as one of us.
Well, there was
one second.
in what Jagan said and what I see, it says, "Do not wake what slumbers."
And
So if what you see is about a great master awakening, they might be the same thing.
I don't know if anything will come of this, but I would like to use my wizard's hat to cast legend lore on the Great Master.
Well,
as you do that, can you also make me an Arcana check?
Yeah.
These are two separate things. We go for it.
Okay. Intriguing.
Let me just see. Remember how legend lore works? I'm pretty sure it just means I just dump lore on you, right?
I mean, if it's of legendary importance.
otherwise you hear sad trombone noises. I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
is yeah.
The information you learn is accurate, but it might be couched in figurative language. Consists of current tales, forgotten stories, secret lore that has never been widely known. That sort of thing. You choose.
Okay, I can work with that. Then what I'll do, I'll start off by telling you, with that Arcana check, as you're looking upon this, you get the feeling that the reason you're reading this is not primarily because of your true sight, it's because of your Blessing of Mistra. Your Blessing of Mistra just happens to be what gives you true sight.
Mm-hmm.
But legend lore. Let me think of a good way to phrase it.
So, guys, spooky message incoming.
Scary fish creature /
There.
Leviathan.
A long time ago, there was this guy.
A
Big
Leviathan
spooky
class
guy.
creature is ahead. Are you sure you want to proceed?
Are you sure whatever you're doing is worth it?
What would be like the arachnophobia version for like marine creatures, like Piscinophobia or something?
I know that thalassophobia is fear of the water, which is what Sparks is experiencing right now.
Yeah, but what's the
Intense
fear of
feeling.
what's
Yeah.
fear of fish?
I'm not. Let's find out.
Fear of deep
Seminophobia.
sea monsters.
Phobia of fish. Ichthyophobia.
Ichthyo, right?
That's just fish in general.
It's one of the phylum of fish.
Yeah. Phobia of
Megahydrothalassophobia is
Mick.
the fear of large creatures
Gojira?
that live in the deep water.
Kaiju.
Yeah, basically. Or, giant squids or whatever like that.
I guess those are real, huh?
Yeah.
I guess there are those, aren't there?
Yes, there are those. The Quacken!
Dun, dun.
Alright, I got a little something for your legend lore. Alright.
Hope the Great Master isn't a Kraken.
Here, let's.
It's probably not, but we're probably gonna see one. Elijah's like, yes.
There you go.
Well, actually, I'm gonna add 2 more lines.
Oh no.
Okay.
And I need to look up a
yes.
word to make sure I know what it means.
That's always useful.
Sparks would probably have asked, Jugun, while we're down here, just to have calm emotions on, as a prepared spell, just in case shit gets too much. Just so we can have, a minute or so of, everything is fine. Before panic increases again, because I can only cast it, a short rest.
It's like that this is fine meme, except it's Sparks instead of the dog, and it's just deep water instead of the fire.
Yeah. But you don't have to, it's
Inverted.
just, something Sparks would have gone to Jugun about.
Yeah, I did it anyways.
That's
Aww.
just what Jugun
It's
would
just
do.
the best.
I think the Quacken would be like a giant rubber ducky, like a monumental rubber ducky that's like an artifact from an ancient and a noble civilization. And when you look upon it, you have to your sanity decreases.
Alrighty, I got it for you. Ready, Sparks?
Less than some.
Couldn't you just
Eldritch
type this out
rules.
into Discord? Is that a possibility?
Maybe I typed this. I
I got
wrote it
you.
now.
I'll type it. I got it.
Alright, everyone, close your ears or something. Sure. Alright, slumbering in depths, the protector of creation, body spun round earth, wind, and fire. He waits for world to be anew, and life to be brought to every view. Worm of life who sleeps down under, in wake will unite all that's been sundered.
I didn't get it that time.
Yeah, I thought I'll take.
Right, a worm. Yes, great. I know exactly what this is.
You don't know him? He's the worm of life who sleeps down under. I'm sorry.
Crikey.
He said the magical words. I have no impulse control. What can I say?
He lives in a land down under.
Alright, I'm typing it out.
I fumbled the words slumber ring, and then I just lost it after that. I couldn't keep up.
The man is being picky. I feel like you can't stop at this point. I feel like if you're a tour guide, you have to keep things moving.
I mean, he's excited that he gets to share lore. Honestly, we should sit here with legend lore as we're going deeper and just keep, you know, ping, ping, ping.
Like a submarine pinging
Out
out.
your left window, you'll see the ancient colossal rock shell.
There you go. I put it in the chat.
The dragon.
Many thank yous.
Not gonna lie, that phobia is a sick word.
It is.
Huh?
Megalohydral thalassophobia. The fear of deep sea creatures.
You
And
mean
also-
common sense?
So,
I hate them so much. Thank you, dear.
That is what you're brought forth by your legend lore.
I wonder if there's any tritons down here. Such merfolk.
This deep? They might be like anglerfish merfolk.
Technically, Jungum did see that, and I'm sure she should tell you that.
Hmm.
That's part of his vision.
You definitely saw some types of like fish people down here.
Also, Aisel told me about Varys talking with the people down here. The big.
Yeah,
bigger
but one
people.
would imagine that the big city probably has a big shield against the big water. Or at least I, Sparks, hope that.
Well, Jungum did also see like whole like smaller areas that were surrounded like with their own like air bubbles. So you know that's the
See,
thing.
that's what I'm talking about. Are we talking like Gungan City air bubbles, or are we like, you know? Because that's the only underwater reference city that I can really think of.
No, not like Gungan City.
I was literally just looking for a gift of that.
I'm trying to. It's more like from FF14. I'll post an image in Discord for you folks. But it's like imagine like one large bubble that encases the entire area.
I see. It's very fancy looking.
Alrighty. But with that, Jay's ready to move forward. Is it time? I'll take the honors.
Go back to my artillery nest, and I'm going to hide.
what do we? Sparks read this secondary message. It seemed to be lie beneath the one that's visible to our eyes. What do we think the intent of that is?
And I will say, as you
They
you
were
will
left by the
notice,
same person, and-
Nizan has not said a single word during the entire of these. He's just been sort of like towards like the back of the ship, just staring ahead.
Do we think one message was left to be visible to us as a lure, and the other one
What?
to ward away a select few from the trap?
Well, I mean, I got the inkling. The reason that I could read it was more that I got a blessing from the gods as opposed to my inherent true sight, so maybe it's because I have been blessed. I am strong enough to deal with the issues down here. Question mark. So, trying to the weak away.
And
so the true message was left for the divine, or the hidden message.
Yeah,
sort of like interrupting Sparks, you can say it's not strength. It's because when you gained that blessing of Mistra, you became more like how they used to be. This is a language that I haven't read in thousands of years. It's the exact same way it's the exact same handwriting and the same words that I used to read every day back at home.
So this is the outskirts of what used to be a floating city?
I will never mistake these words for anything else. This language for anything else.
Do you
What
know
is
what
the language called? Tell.
you're fine?
Name the language?
Yeah. What the fuck? You can't just say, I'm never gonna mistake this language ever again and not have a name for the language.
Yeah, you don't
Don't you
gotta...
dare say Old Common, because I'll slap you. Computer screen.
Usarek, there you go. Happy?
Yes,
Took me.
thank you. Usarek. No further questions at this point.
So, we have two paths before us. Accept its invitation and enter the current, or sink. Go down.
Dazan, do you have any insight?
There's no way we can go but forward, right? We can't come all this way to turn around, and now we... No. Was it Nadan? Was that the name of the city?
That
Nadan?
sounds familiar. Was that...
But I might be thinking of another thing. This is the closest I have ever seen to anything resembling the... Well, not my people, the people of my past. I understand if you are hesitant. I would like to go forward.
I'm ready to receive.
And sort of like,
I want to find out what's down there.
with a sigh, Jason would be like, oh shit, here we go. And you guys all feel the engine of the ship whir back to life as you guys begin proceeding forward through this opening within the currents. You all feel the weight of the ship begin to shift a little bit. It seems to almost shudder for a moment before finding itself as scooped along into the world of Revedia. You now all find yourselves within this massive floating current. Proceeding on downwards. I will say, there are a few things to know. If you got reading out the warning from the ship, Jay is going to cut off the lights. With the line in darkness comes safety, he's going to take that seriously, not knowing what that could possibly mean otherwise. And
Do
as...
you have any visibility without lights?
Because of that, and because Sparks knows that he has the best line of sight, he's gonna sit in the observation thing, use his true sight to direct the ship, and just have the worst time. I am going to voluntarily take the frightened condition.
Oh, buddy.
Oh man.
Because he is terrified.
Let it be known, at the very least, he's a fucking trooper.
Yeah. Taryn will sit by him even though she can't see anything, just to be like...
And just to be clear, you guys still have lights on in here because this is its own separate space, but it's more so like that sort of veil that was projecting what was happening on the outside of the ship. That is just darkness. But as Sparks steps into that area, you begin to start to see more. Imagine if it's becoming an extension of his own senses. now not needing to see through the dark, because you are just seeing everything as it is. There is this sort of strange feeling as you guys start to like understand what Sparks has been seeing since he's become a champion of Mystra, because part of true sight is that you just inherently are able to see into the ethereal plane, and it's almost as if there is this like light mist that sort of permeates throughout everything. Almost imagine like a second layer on top of the entire world of this other place. And you realize that this place is alive. This is not just this senseless floating of water. You see this countless microorganisms all throughout this place. These different ant creatures, smaller, some more fish-like, some the size of what would be like full-grown horses, some which would be like semi-trucks in the modern day. And they all give off their very own little faint specks of light. So as you guys see through Sparks' vision, it almost looks like you're looking up at the night sky, spattered with these various creatures giving off their own forms of light in this ecosystem. And as you guys begin to travel forth amongst the world of Revedia, the first object of note is going to make its appearance. You see far off in the distance, and you don't even really notice it explicitly, but this would have been after traveling for hours upon hours. No short time has gone by at all. But Sparks, you begin to sense on the edge of your vision a space in the water, a gap almost. And the first thing that pops into your mind is the areas that Jim was speaking of, where air seems to make its own space in these places. It seems that one of those lies ahead of you all if you choose to diverge from this current. But with that feels like a wonderful moment to pick things up next time we're kicking this shit off. But yeah, guys, you're at the fucking heart now. Hell yeah, brother.
We made it.
Yeah, I'll see everyone in a month.
Nope. Wrong. Shut up.
Don't jinx it.
We're all gonna be here next week.
It's summertime.
No one else say anything. Yeah. Cool.
This is crazy how long this has been in the waiting. Holy fuck.
I know. I have notes of like us wanting to go into the heart. Oh gosh.
It was on our first
So-
voyage across the lake.
Yeah.
I never visualized. I thought it was just like a clear, open expanse of water, but like obviously you said there was a storm.
Yeah.
20 something seconds back. And
Isn't it more like an open like an inland sea rather than a lake?
This is actually fresh water
Big.
here. It is not salt water in the heart of Revedia.
So it would be because seas don't have to be saltwater, right?
And that you could consider the sea then, yeah.
Yeah.
An inland sea.
okay, this is like in size. Would it be like Lake Superior, like closer towards Lake Superior, or towards like the Black Sea or the Mediterranean?
I would have to think about that because I'm looking at like the sheer scale of Revedia is huge. So my inclination is more towards like the Mediterranean size.
After looking at this,
Because like the length of
Or-
no, because the length of Revedia is approximate to about it's like what 4,000 miles, 5,000 miles to
I'm
the
pretty
tip.
sure I measured it from width, so like longest point to longest point is 1.5 times the size of America.
Yeah, that's about right. That sounds right.
Yeah, because America's about 3,000 miles across.
More or less, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
And also, that's how coincidentally how people measure things in America is how many Americas wide is it? Football field's tall. Would you say that is?
At least a couple million hot dogs.
Oh my-
Couple of
like,
billion, you mean?
the funny thing is when they built that big tower in like Saudi Arabia, everyone like CNN was measuring like how many elephants tall? This is like 86.5.
I remember that.
elephants
Yes, 'cause
tall.
how many Americans have ever seen a
Anything-
fucking elephant? That was so ridiculous.
The
Anything
Burj
other than
Khalifa.
feet.
Also, completely useless. Is it an Asiatic or an African elephant? Completely different. Wildly different sizes.
We do have to clarify between those 2 points because that could make a major difference.
That's like some a sparrow, like European or Asian or whatever it was.
African sparrow or
African or European.
That's African European is what it was. Oh my god, just fucking Monty Python bullshit.
Oh fuck!
Just the hair taller. It's Monty Python. Just the hair.
God, y'all have no idea what the fuck's gonna happen. This shit's crazy.
I think we're still on. Also,
We are. Oops.
yes.
Anyways, folks, been a pleasure. If you watched, had a great time, thanks. If you didn't have a good time, never come back here. I'm pointing the wrong camera.
Thanks for watching and all,
That was great.
all the lovely art.
Yes.
Yes.
Did you